Friends, family, subscribers to the YouTube channel, Adventuring with the S.G.O.C.C. So today we're going to do a kind of a surprise, interesting video. So Cochise County, where we live in southeast Arizona, is littered with dirt roads. This is called a rural road. It's called Mustang Road. It's in Upper Hucuhca City, Lower Hucuhca, it's in Hucuhca City. And we're going to go west and see what we can find. These roads are, typically gravel for a while, which is what this one is. Don't know how maintained it is. We're going to find out together. We're going to see where it takes us and what we can find.
Dad, that's gonna fall.
So interesting. So this one's obviously been graded and had a bulldozer down it. It's got the washboard roadway, and I don't think we need to get into four-wheel drive for any of this, so I'm not going to bother. So want to make before the video gets really started, want to make a huge shout out once again to friend of the channel and longtime subscriber Lee Ruhlman. He's out on the East Coast, or on the east side of the United States. He took it upon himself, seeing that the audio quality of our videos was not up to snuff, and he sent us a receiver for Tim's phone and a couple of mics with windscreens on them. So big shout out and thank you to our subscriber and supporter of the channel, Lee Ruhlman. Can't wait for you and Chris to get out here, buddy. Lots of stuff to explore. So we're just continuing down this rural road. You can see a lot of acacia and all this natural stuff right alongside the road. Obviously, when they grade it, they make a little berm, so it's pushed up a little bit. Hopefully, we're not making too much noise with the Jeep to distract you from the video. A lot of hills. Tim and I refer to these as hills because we grew up in California and we had the Sierra Nevadas. So for us, a mountain is like that stuff way off in the distance. In fact, if we pause here for a moment, that's the Whetstone Range. If you look slightly to the left, that's the Mustang Mountains. That separates Sonoyta from Whetstone. We've been through there hundreds of times. There's supposed to be a really nice hike in a cave up somewhere in the top of the Mustang Mountains. We've yet to go after it because, quite frankly, Tim and I aren't up for the trekking up and down mountains. Maybe 40 years ago, we could easily have done that, but we're broken. He has health issues. I have health issues. So, that makes it a little tough. So here's what you'll find a lot of places is a cattle grate. Lots of cattle grates out here because...
Are those like phone booths? Or not phone booths,
I don't know. Ticket booths, maybe, something like that. So there's a lot of cattle grates out here because Arizona raises a lot of cattle. In fact, there's what they call the 5 C's of the Arizona economy. One of them has changed, but I guess every school kid in Arizona public schools learns the 5 C's. So it's cotton, citrus, cattle, climate, and now because a couple of the big chip manufacturers have moved here and they're east of Phoenix, chips. So those are the 5 C's of the Arizona economy. And it's a pretty good economy if we just had the real governor in place. I'm not going to say much more about that, but people know where I stand when I say it.
Wait. Holy crap, I missed it.
What?
That snake just went in that hole.
What kind of snake?
I don't know, but it just went in that hole right there.
How big a snake?
About 1.5 feet long.
You going to fetch him up?
Well, no.
Okay.
It went by it.
Oh, okay.
But, stop, right here. That hole right there. I saw that snake went right in there.
Okay, I apologize. There's a little lag time before Tim says, stop right here. And I actually have the mental acuity to push on the brake.
Well, isn't that because of people over 45?
Whoa, be careful. You're going to end up in the 6-0 club too someday. Oh,
No.
you know what I just realized? Brother Steve is going to enter the 6-0 club this year.
August.
23rd.
That's the
Yeah, welcome to the 6-0 club there, brother.
our brother Steve.
Yeah. He doesn't want any part of the channel or the shooting club or really anything to do with me. But that's between him and God.
It's a nice looking house.
Yep, this place was for sale a long time ago. This is as far as I've been in before. And it has, where these two hills come together in the back of the property, you could easily set up your own private shooting range, which would not be a bad thing. So out here in the kind of the wild, open, high desert of southeast Arizona, traveling down these dirt, rusty, rural roads, dusty, I meant, rural roads, you're likely to see all manner of snakes, coach whips, rattlesnakes, gopher, king, I don't know. Joe Lamb would know more about what snakes are in this area than I would. You're also going to see bull snakes too, probably. You're also likely to see javelina, coyote, roadrunners, of course, all different kinds of birds and raptors.
Tarantulas.
Tarantulas, if that's your pleasure.
Now, here's a little.
Might even see a coatimundi, which Tim and I saw once over in the East Dragoon Mountains, or excuse me, West Dragoon Mountains. However, we were so surprised by seeing it, neither one of us grabbed up our phones to put it on videotape. So, but we did see one.
And little history here about tarantulas. Their bite is basically like a bee sting, and they are terrified of anything that's huge, like humans. They try to run away from you. They're not aggressive. Now, if you try to pick one up and you upset it too much, it will bite you. But you can put on a glove, pick it up, and be fine.
Yeah.
I happen to be arachnophobic, and I think the only thing that you should do with any type of spider is a shotgun. Or a flamethrower.
I'm agreeing
Or
with
burn
that.
it with fire. Throw it in a fire.
Well,
I can't argue with the child.
there's some people, honey, that say that if you find a big spider in your house, you got to move out and burn the house down.
Yes.
And I'm not entirely against that. I don't dig spiders and bugs.
Me,
I
don't
dig
mind
snakes even less.
Snakes are fine with me.
Yeah, snakes are cute. I want to pet those snakes.
Uncle Jeff, on the other hand,
I've had some bad experiences with snakes.
has an irrational fear of snakes.
And since my last name is Murphy, and the only country in the world where
Oh, look at that
a
mine.
saint,
Here, drive down over there and take a better.
well, I'm going to pull over for some traffic. Oh,
Oh, they turn?
turned right at that little road that I just passed by. Anyways, so
What's going on over there?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll go explore some roads and get closer because there's a great big gate there that says no come inside, no how.
Dad, can we have a pet bull snake?
No.
Only
Mom
if you
doesn't like
only
snakes.
if you want Uncle Jeff to never come over.
I wanted a
I
pet
used to have a king snake. And how big was my king snake when you first saw it in the house in that glass
this
cage?
big.
I don't know, 87 feet.
87 feet. No, it was only 3 feet.
Did
Big
you
enough.
know?
Too big.
Wait, are king snakes poisonous or
No,
No,
they kill
they-
rattlesnakes. They're great.
So one of
Yeah,
the
can we
cool
have a pet king
things
snake, please, Dad?
one of the cool things that you'll observe
The fence bomb
about this
eventually.
road, so that we're going down, is every once in a while you'll see on the road, even though it's fenced on one side, you'll see a cow patty on the edge of the road. So this is definitely open range for cattle. At least the right hand side is. I don't see a lot of fences. I don't know if the cow plop ended up there because they were herding cattle through another field, but there's not as many fences as you would think.
This apparently used to be the Lazy Ranch.
Lazy D's Ranch. Actually, it looks like Lazy D's Ranch is an original homestead over to the left through a gate that's locked with a big chain. And but we're going to go around it, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like we see an original homestead building over there to the left a little bit. You know,
I have a question
tripod's in the back.
that you can answer in the comments, but do you know what a snow is? It's a type of snake. That's all I'm going to tell you.
A snow?
Yes, a snow. It's a type of white snake.
Never heard of it.
Never heard.
So,
This is why I
so
watch snakes
this is kind of
and
cool. That gate back there said this is part of an original homestead, the Lazy D Ranch. We see an old building here on the left. Oh,
Video.
Tim's not holding the camera anymore, so I'll show it out my window. So there's an old building right there. There's an old house, and they're obviously remodeling it. It looks like they're putting one up in the back. Why don't you grab the tripod out of the back? So old corrals, all kinds of stuff. That's an interesting place. So also of note, as we travel forth here, is I see a little bit of yellow barrier on the right here. I don't know if that's a natural gas line pumping or pushing, but I see some evidence from a distance that there's a natural gas line underneath our feet.
How's this going?
Well, it's easier to hold it that way. Put it here, kind of work with it a little bit. Maybe extend one's legs. You can, there you go, that helps. I can hold one's legs while you set it up. So that is absolutely natural gas right there on the right. I don't know if there's natural gas wells out here. I mean, there's every other kind of mineral in Arizona. So Mike could be. I'm not going to go down there.
It's got to be high enough to.
Could be. He just said might.
Yeah. Sometimes I use funny language. I have to admit though that I grabbed that from using funny language. I grabbed that from Derek at Vice Grip Garage because he uses funny language and I think it's hilarious. Okay, mount the phone. You gonna turn it? What you gotta do here? I'm stopping so we can put the phone on the tripod and have